Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
All right, welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim, and our guest today is Ryan. So Ryan, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do for a living.
Thanks, Dan. My name is Ryan Allen. I'm a paramedic firefighter, and I also have a technology business for the jewelry industry called Jewelers Connect. And basically what we are, we're a modern jewelry shopping experience that connects both consumers and jewelry businesses to manufacturers, suppliers, and independent jewelers.
Awesome. So how did you get the idea to start this business?
So actually, as a paramedic firefighter, your salary is not the greatest. And I had a jewelry business at the same time. There came a point where I had so much money and inventory tied up. I felt like there had to be a better way to do business. So doing a little market research and whatnot and connecting with people, I found it much easier for people to tell me what they wanted, what they were looking for in jewelry, and then to send them an offer to create it and bring it to life for them. So by doing that, we were trying to find a way to, build like a national company out of it. And even further market research, we learned that 8% of brick and mortar jewelry stores closed down and online sales were up by 30%. So I was connecting with our local jewelers in the town, and they wanted to be a part of what we were building. So rather than just me sending them an offer to create what they want, we made it now where multiple jewelers can send private offers to the person who is looking to source that item or service. And they get to review the offers, review the portfolios of the person who sent the quote, and then hire who best fits their needs.
Awesome. So in terms of, like a two-sided marketplace can always be challenging because you need to find, like the one side, the jewelers, and then you have to find your customers. So in terms of, I guess, even now, right, like how many jewelers do you have like on the platform and how many customers do you have using you guys today?
Yes, we have around 1,400 jewelers on the platform, and there's about 800 shoppers on the platform as well that have registered. And, the whole chicken and the egg story, right? When building a marketplace, what came first and who do you put your energy and focus to? So what we did is we decided we're actually short 55,000 skilled positions in the US right now for skilled jewelers. COVID pushed a lot of people out, and prior to COVID, people were already leaving. The average age of a jeweler in the United States is 59 years old now. So it's a really old industry. There's a lot of older people still working it. And these are the main people who've always been creating and making the jewelry. So with such a huge shortage of skilled professionals that are really not going into the jewelry stores to work anymore, a lot of people are moving towards that freelance, lifestyle, and the jewelry industry is heading that way as well. So out of the 55,000 positions that are currently open, about 10% of them will only be filled. So we're trying to bridge that gap to make it easy then for these jewelry stores and people who are looking to enter the industry to be able to connect with a pool of professionals who are able to, bring their ideas to life and do all that jewelry service needs that are the market really needs at the moment.
So what kind of percentage do you take from each transaction, or like what's the pricing model? Do you have like a membership fee? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, so we're a subscription-based model. We offer the jewelers $0 a month with an 8% commission, or they can basically buy their rate down for $100 a month, and it brings them down to a 5% commission. We also partner with Stripe. If you're familiar with Stripe Connect, they actually built Stripe Connect based off of my business model. I had a meeting with their executive team, told them what we're doing for the jewelry industry. They said they wanted to be a part of it. And it took them about 2 years to build it and named it in part of Jewelers Connect as Stripe Connect. So Stripe Connect takes 2.9%. And then we, again, make our 5 to 8%.
Awesome. That makes sense. So what would you say is the biggest challenge that you're facing in the business today?
The biggest challenge for us at the moment is the older population in the jewelry industry. A lot of them don't like change. They've been in the business for generations. And, when something new comes out and they get a little scared of it, a little intimidated, They're used to people coming into their business, coming into their jewelry stores for shopping, trying to build the connection and relationships with them, do all the repairs and whatnot. But the market and the industry in a whole is changing, with such a shortage of those skilled people working inside these jewelry stores. These jewelry businesses are outsourcing already a lot of the work. They call them like jobbers. The one big challenge is getting people to get comfortable using an online marketplace rather than somebody within their city. But then they have to drive around town. It takes hours out of your work week, to meet up with people, drop items off, pick them up, constantly calling to make connections and, finding out when their items are ready and whatnot. It just becomes very jarred and it's very time consuming that route. On Jewelers Connect, it takes them about 3 to 5 minutes to create the request. They can hire somebody in just a few minutes and ship that item out, and it's a done deal.
Right. So in terms of your platform, like, I mean, so are you still doing both full time, like you're working as a firefighter and paramedic, or have you jumped ship to doing like I mean, I guess like, or like at what point do you jump ship about?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I still work for the fire department. I work 24 hours on there, 48 hours off. And then after every 5 shifts, it's called a Kelly day. So we get a full week off. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Plus, while I'm at the fire station, I'm still working on the business. Pretty much what we've done through to this point is it's all been self-funded. And we continue to take the money that we've earned, reinvest it back into the platform. We're up to, I think, 10 employees now, and constantly growing and bringing new people into the environment. So at the point of where I can't work for the fire department anymore is probably where I'll leave, when I'm just being pulled in too many directions at that point. Then that's when it's time to hang up the fire hat and, fully delve into this.
Makes sense. So what would you say is your biggest priority as we're wrapping up this year and going into next year?
Yeah, so the biggest priority at the moment is really just getting the word out there to the professionals that are in the industry of what they're capable of doing on the platform and how times are rapidly changing. It's not just for our industry, it's every industry is rapidly changing, but the industry has been very slow to make any sort of adaptations. Just recently, people are starting to use social media a lot more as far as the older generation, to grow their businesses and get out there. So it's more about building that comfortability for these people, and finding ways to communicate with an older population to get them to adapt. Pretty much that's the focus for the end of the year here and driving into 2024.
Makes sense. So in terms of scaling, right? Like obviously, you're looking to grow this business, but like what would you say like are your goals in terms of revenue? I guess approximately if you can share like monthly revenue now, like what you want to get to for next year.
Sure. So we're actually partnering with an insurance company right now. They're largest in US and Canada, and they're going to be bringing their claims process to our platform here in 2024. So basically, again, with so many closures in the industry, a lot of people who've had these jewelers that they've used their whole lives are no longer available. People move around the country a lot more nowadays. So the person that they typically would use may not be in business anymore or readily available for them to work with. So actually 40 to 60% of insurance claims that are coming in right now to these insurance companies, these customers don't have a preferred jeweler to go to. It's not like a car where you get into a car accident and they hand you a check, go get your car fixed. It's to replace or repair that jewelry if it was lost, stolen, or damaged. And they recommend that you connect with the jeweler that you prefer to work with, and have that item recreated or fixed. So with so many people not having a preferred jeweler to go to, now they got to drive around their town, spend time to see who they're going to get comfortable with, and do a bunch of research to see who's a trusted source. We pretty much handle all that for them through our platform. They just, again, upload like a picture of their appraisal or what is needed on the item that is damaged. And then it goes out to our pool of professionals who have been verified as trusted skilled jewelers to send them the offers to make those replacements or repairs.
Right. But I guess like with the insurance, right? Like in terms of, I mean, I don't know, like are you looking between now and next year to like 2x your revenue, 5x, maybe if you can't like, get into numbers, but I guess like what are you really like looking to scale in terms of this business?
Yeah, so this would actually bring us probably to 5 to 8x our current business. It's a really big thing. There's hundreds of millions of dollars in insurance claims that go through every year, and to bring up a large percentage of that into the platform is huge, not only for our jewelers but also the shoppers and everybody who's using it. The insurance companies can also reduce their costs for payouts. It's just really beneficial overall.
So do you have like a mobile app as well, or is it just like a web-based platform?
It's a web-based platform, and we actually made it where it's white labelable, so it could be used for any other industry. So we have people right now who are interested in leasing out our technology for other industries. And but yeah, it's pretty much just a web app at this point. And as we continue to fine tune things, we'll be able to offer a mobile app in the future.
That's awesome. So I guess even like, in the future, right, like as you're scaling this business, I mean, like even now, right, like how many employees do you have, and are you using like AI to help with some of the business? Like, what does that look like for you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, AI is pretty much paving the path for a new future for everybody, right? So I've got about 10 employees right now. We use AI when we can, but AI is still not fully automated. There's a lot of prompting and learning and everything that goes along with that. in order to get the result that you want. So we do spend some time trying to play with that a bit. We also use, I don't know if you would consider it AI, but it's more of algorithm-based responses for people. When you do X, Y happens and the response comes to you for that. I guess it's more like a basic version of it, I guess you can call it. But AI is definitely going to be coming to every industry, and every business is going to need to use it at some point. We plan on delving more into that in 2024. We want to bring certain design aspects and tools to the platform where people will be able to create their designs and actually look and see how it would look on them as they create it, prior to having it made for them. Really cool tools coming out for that for sure.
Awesome. So in terms of adding features, like how do you decide like what's necessary versus what it's obviously, costs money to develop these features. So how do you know like if it's going to be essential or are these going to be more like premium features that people have to like pay extra for? Like what is the vision for this kind of AR jewelry or, AR/AI jewelry that you're kind of looking to build?
So traditionally, when you go into a jewelry store, you get to look, see, and feel. Right? You don't have that with technology currently, in the marketplace, with online stuff. So if we can get as close as we can to that with technology, it's going to provide a much better experience to shoppers and give them something that they feel comfortable with. Because if you see something online that you like and you're having something custom made for it, like you want to make some adjustments to it, you can post it on our platform, you'll get quotes for it, but it's being custom made for you, So most people won't like offer a return policy on custom made jewelry because they'll put 20, 30 hours into a piece of jewelry, that's being made for you. So if we can have it as an AR style thing where you can actually see how it's going to look on you, you can adjust the sizing on your finger or on your neck. Say you have a necklace on that's 24 inches long. How would a 26-inch necklace look on me, And then what about a little thicker or a little thinner? You'll be able to play around with these features and really get a feel and a look of it anyways, prior to making that purchase.
No, yeah, that's definitely exciting. So what would you say is like the one biggest piece of advice that you wish you knew before you started this company?
The biggest advice would be to basically build a community around your product before you built the product, So like, for example, a lot of jewelers are using Facebook, groups and whatnot to communicate together, build relationships. To be able to start to build that Facebook group, get people's inputs on things prior to building, make them feel like they're a part of it and a part of that community, you get a lot better result for people actually using the product then. Because a lot of people will tell you, hey, it's a great idea, great product, I would love to use it. And then when the time actually comes to use it, they're scared to try something new. But when they feel like they're actually a part of it, these people are a lot more likely to actually go through, use your product, provide amazing feedback to you, and help you with your growth journey of it.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, like if we're going to have this conversation again in 1 year from now, where do you see things going for the business?
So we definitely see a reduction in the need for jewelry, bench jewelers and stuff inside of jewelry stores is what the goal is. And to actually bring new people into the industry as well. So we had 54,000 jewelry businesses in the beginning of 2023. We're down to 45,000 jewelry businesses as of right now. And again, it's because of that older population. Meanwhile, the industry is growing at an 8.9% compounding rate. So the need is increasing, but there's less and less people able to provide, and sell the jewelry. So what we're doing right now is we're bringing a lot of people who are, artistic or have some sort of a following on social media that's interested in joining the jewelry industry somehow, to be able to use our platform then to be able to source what they need and be able to provide it to their customers or their audience. Traditionally, you would have to rent a storefront, have hundreds of thousands of dollars in inventory for people to come in, take a look, see what you have to sell. But that's why we have $90 billion in dead inventory in jewelry stores across the US. With these modern changes, we can eliminate that, at least a lot of it, and let people do piece by piece orders. They can start to create designs, post it on there, get people interested in them. And then when they want to have it made, simply post the request, a couple minutes, find the perfect supplier for you, and then provide it over to that customer.
For sure. So if somebody watching this wanted to reach out to you, do you mind sharing your company website or social media handles? I guess best ways to get in contact with you.
Absolutely. So they can go to jewelersconnect.com. You can reach out to me there. My contact information is right there on the site. You can also reach me on LinkedIn, which would be under Ryan Allen, or you can go to Instagram and it's under Jewelers Connect.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, we're rooting for you. Hopefully you have a very successful 2024, and thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great time, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, you too. All right. Bye.